Hello everyone, this is Miss Julia here at the Collierville Birch Library, here to bring you another Crafternoon. Today we are going to be making some DIY microwave puffy paint. You can see it has this really cool texture. It's really fun to play with. And why don't we just jump into it. So for this craft, you're going to be needing some flour, baking powder, not to be confused with baking soda, make sure you get the baking powder, some salt, food coloring, measuring cups and spoons, some bowls, a paintbrush, construction paper, wherever, there it is, construction paper, and optionally you can also have some Ziploc bags. So to start off with, we need to actually make the sort of base for our puffy paint. So you're going to take one of your bowls and you're going to measure out 1 cup of flour into it. What we are essentially is doing is making our own self-rising flour, which is what gives the paint its puffiness. So I have my 1 cup of flour. Then you're going to take your baking powder and measure out 3 teaspoons of that. So I have 1, 2, 3. I also forgot to mention that you need water. I usually just go to the sink. I don't think it matters what type of flour or type of water you use, if it's purified or spring or just tap water. Whatever you have on hand and are most comfortable using. For the salt, you'll just need 1 teaspoon of salt. There we go. And we're going to mix up our ingredients as they are for right now. And once you have all of your dries together, you're going to start adding water until you get the consistency of pancake batter. I did my first batch in 1/8 cup increments. So you just add water, mix it up, see if you have the consistency that's needed. As I said, it's about the consistency of pancake batter. And you just keep doing that, adding the water until you get what we need. So I'm just going to jump ahead and show you my finished product. Alright, here we have the finished product after we get all of our water in. I added about a little over 3/4 of a cup of water into this, but I would suggest just doing it in small increments. You don't want to get it too soupy, otherwise it won't puff up as well. So at this point, you can do a couple of things. You can separate your mixture into bowls for different colors. Alternatively, you can also use a baggie. So what you can do is you can take a baggie and fill it up a little bit with some of your base, your paint base. It's really goopy. So this is going to be a bit of a messy project, so be aware of that. I'm just going to pour a little bit in. Beautiful. And you can add some of your food coloring mix into it. I do about 4 drops. I would suggest starting off with fewer number of drops and then working your way up. You can always add more food coloring in, but you can't take away. So once you have that in, you're going to just start mixing it all together until your paste goes from white to blue. So you do it better than this, but you can get the idea. And when you get to this consistency, or mixed all together, you're going to kind of drive all of the batter into a corner and cut off just the teeniest bit of corner off of your plastic bag, and this will become sort of like a piping tool for your paint. Now if you don't want to do the baggies, you of course can just paint with the paint. So what you do is you just separate your batter into different bowls, add your food coloring and mix it all together. So let's say maybe I want some green now. And you just mix it until the color is dispersed throughout the batter. Now I have made some paints beforehand, so I'm just going to set my paint aside for right now and grab my paper. And from here you're just going to start drawing a picture. So I have some green paint in a baggie here, and maybe I want to draw sort of wavy hills. Beautiful. I can kind of fill it in. And you just keep doing these sorts of things, sort of painting on your paper until you have your finished picture. Like I said, you can also paint with it. So I would suggest kind of glooping it on. You want to sort of have thick lines and shapes. Because the thicker that it is in an area, it'll puff up more. So I'm drawing a nice little sun. And you would just keep on doing this until you have your finished picture. After that, you would then put this on a microwave safe plate and stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds. And when you do that, it'll sort of dry out your paint and make it puff up in places, and you have a really cool art piece. So there you go. I hope you all have fun with this sort of science experiment turned artwork. And until next time, I hope you all stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!